Violence. Blood.
It is an edifice of horror.
And steel.
A diabolical cauldron of suffering. Daunting.
Your face
Merciless.
meets this cage.
Unforgiving. If it had the gift of speech, it would proclaim...
Steel. Go away. Steel. Keep out. You're not welcome to steel.
For once inside, a mortal will hear only the voice of his own terrors. See only the specter of truculence and pain. Like a ravenous beast, it devours the courage of warriors and feasts on the souls of even the most daring men. 6 sides of steel.
Our thoughts were petrified.
No, we're not. 3D, prepare to be Canadianized.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your TNA Impact feature contest. A 1-fall, 6 sides of steel match. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Coach Jim Moore and A1 and Petey Williams. Representing Team Canada, the Canadian enforcer Bobby Roode, and Showtime, Eric Young.
You picked a great night to join us on Impact because you're about to be a part of history for the first time ever on Spike TV. 6 sides of steel. The cage is in place. The Canadians are about ready to enter. Eric Young, he's always a little bit jittery, doesn't seem too thrilled about heading inside the 6 sides of steel.
Bobby Roode pushes him on in there, and I'm telling you, folks, this is one of the most brutal matches you will ever see in wrestling history.
And their opponents from New York City, Brother Ray and Brother Devon. They are Team 3D.
How is it that you refer to them the most decorated tag team in professional wrestling history?
Absolutely. Think about the titles they've won and all the different generations they've wrestled in. The only place they haven't held that title is right here at TNA, and you know that's where their sights are set, and they want to prove they're worthy of that by getting him this 6 sides of steel with Team Canada. And I wouldn't want to be, look at Eric Young, looks like he's fighting to get out of there, knowing that Team 3D is very experienced with being inside the steel cage.
I just thought that he didn't want referee Andrew Thomas and 2 referees in this match, Andrew out on the arena floor. I just thought he didn't want Andrew Thomas to open the door to let Team 3D in.
That's probably what it was. He saw him coming. You can see him hiding behind Bobby Roode back there at this point, because once this door shuts, it's all inside.
There you see it, the chain, the lock being put into place by Andrew Thomas.
For those that have never seen the 6 sides of steel, it's a little different. You need to watch how this cage reacts when people are thrown to them. There is no give because of the hexagon. It has a tautness, and the steel cage is extremely tight around the ring. And when these people are thrown into it, the cage has no give at all, and it makes it very dangerous for the men inside.
How just for a preview for Sunday, April the 23rd, when TNA returns to pay-per-view with Lockdown, most unique pay-per-view event in professional wrestling, because every match is inside the 6 sides of steel, and here we go, Team 3D and Team Canada.
Team 3D going on the offensive right away. Every single match that you will see on April 23rd. I remember when we did that a year ago when people thought there's no way that'll work, and it was one of the most incredible pay-per-views in our history, and now everybody is fired up about Lockdown April 23rd because they know how great, how exciting, and how brutal it can be.
Great offensive explosion here in the opening minute by Team 3D. Brother Ray, Brother Devon. Now you see Devon going to double leg takedown on Showtime Eric Young. Brother Ray, attention, turn to Bobby Roode, the Canadian enforcer, who just sent him head first into the... Oh, there goes Eric Young right into the cage. Oh, we got to take a commercial break right now. Put on your seatbelt. More of Six Sides of Steel when we return to Impact.
If you think the moves you see on TNA are shocking, brutal, and downright unbelievable, wait till they hit you with this one, the move to Thursdays. TNA Impact on Spike. New time, Thursdays at 11, starting April 13th. Less talk, more action.
It is a diabolical cauldron of pain, daunting, merciless, unforgiving, and it can alter lives and silence careers. 6 Sides of Steel, 8 brutal matches, 1 barbaric night. TNA Wrestling presents Lockdown, live April 23rd on pay-per-view. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome back, everyone. Historic matchup on Impact. First time ever on Spike TV, the 6 Sides of Steel. Eric Young of Team Canada. There you see him trying to climb out of the cage. He's been busted wide open, the blood flowing down his head and face.
As you can see the way the anxiety he has inside that steel cage, you wonder about Scott D'Amore choosing Eric Young to be in there. He's busted open, and look at that. You saw it earlier with Devon. Brother Devon threw Eric Young. Well, watch it right there. The cage has no give to it. It's like putting your face into a cheese grater.
Oh, shot after shot. Oh, driven right back, and then Eric Young powered down to the canvas. Wow. You know, this 6 Sides of Steel format, it's just been, in my mind, made for a team like Team 3D, Brother Ray and Brother Devon.
Oh, think of all the things they've done in their careers. The tables, the chairs, ladders, anything that's not nailed down. These guys have been a part of it, and of course, they've been in cage matches. They are made for this. And when you're stuck there with nowhere to go, oh, they've got you pinned in right where they want you.
They are just ragdolling Eric Young here, tossing him from side to side of the 6 Sides of Steel. There goes the Canadian enforcer, Bobby Roode. He's dropped in his tracks with the Brother Devon clothesline.
It's all Team 3D from the... Oh, look at that. That is just a terrible sight to see. As Eric Young is absolutely gushing the blood.
Look at the canvas on it. It's already covered in Eric Young's blood. This reminds me of that new TNA DVD release. Best of the bloodiest brawls.
And speaking of 6 Sides of Steel, there's a couple of different 6 Sides of Steel bloody cage matches that are also in that DVD that you've got to see. Oh, man, it's all Team 3D. As Eric Young is in severe trouble, flopping around like a fish right now.
Oh, you're not kidding. It's been a full court press from the opening minute of this matchup. It's been all Team 3D. Eric Young, a bloodied Eric Young. Going to take a shortcut here and rake the eyes of Brother Ray. I guess there's really not such a thing as a shortcut in a match like this. We just turn him loose, put him inside the 6 Sides of Steel, and just let them beat the hell out of each other.
I guess Eric Young realized what else could happen to him. He might as well fight back in some way. As you can see him now trying to get... Oh, there's not much... There's hardly any room between the rope and the kill. Look at this. Wait a minute. Eric Young's got him, and he's just raking that head against the steel cage. Look at that.
I want to remind you that yet to come in this Impact broadcast, TNA management allowing the paparazzi productions footage, I understand, involving James Mitchell. Of course, he took Alex Shelley with him. And due to the newsworthy nature of the video, TNA management has agreed to air it. That's yet to come as well. And now the Canadians have turned this thing in their favor.
Oh, look at there. The combination suplex between the two of them as they send Brother Ray over. Oh, I don't look at that. Eric Young, absolutely. It's hard to look at. But that's what happens. There's no give in that wall. And you just, the skin just grazes right across that steel cage. And it's almost impossible not to bleed when you're in a match like this.
Oh, this action is great. We'll be right back. And welcome back, everyone, to Impact on Spike TV and more of this 6 Sides of Steel cage match.
We missed it.
Wow, top rope moonsault. and he just crashed and burned.
I bet he wishes he would have just climbed on out of there after that.
Senior official Rudy Charles has at least maintained control to the point where we have partners outside the ring, well, at least momentarily now. Brother Devon unloading on both members of Team Canada.
Wow, look at that extension. Brother Devon on fire. Just taking it to both of them.
Oh, wow. Did you see the impact of that clothesline by Brother Devon on Eric Young? And then the face plant for the Canadian enforcer, Bobby Roode.
It looked like Bobby Roode was busted open, too.
Devon pin, 1, 2. No! Wow, amidst the pool of blood, Bobby Roode makes the save.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. It just, there's nothing there for you. There's no way to cushion the blow.
That's what you talked about, Don, right in the opening minute of this match. And it's surely prophetic, great day. Pin, 1, 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners of the 6 sides of steel, Team 3D.
They hit the 3D. Brother Ray, Brother Devon, and yes, they get the
Wait a minute.
What?
America's Most Wanted just goes flying into the cage.
They just went right through the door. They knocked Andrew Thomas, the referee, down.
I guess they figured this was their chance to take it out on Team 3D. And then here comes the other members of Team Canada. This is just wrong.
Petey Williams and A1 as well. What a destruction this has turned into. Just when we thought Team 3D, I mean, totally dominant in the match, getting their hands raised. Look out for the hockey stick. The Canadian flag wrapped in the hockey stick to take down Brother Devon.
There was no way that Team Canada was going to win that match. Team 3D just dominated from start to finish. And then look at this. AMW waiting for him and then the rest of Team Canada.
Did you hear what D'Amore just said? He said, get the tables, and AMW is going to get the tables. Harrison Storm now bringing a table right by the broadcast position.
This thing is just took a wicked turn right now. As Team 3D is outnumbered 6 to 7 if you throw in D'Amore. Well, that's 8 or 9 if you throw in D'Amore. That's a 2.
Now they're going to position the table in place. The Canadians do. Fortunately, from the back. Well, here comes Jay Lethal, and AMW just took out Jay Lethal with the double team.
I admire his courage, but it came to the wrong end as he got caught in the blue. Wait a minute, what's going on?
Sanjay Dutt's out here as well. He's going to try and climb the side of the cage. Oh my God, they pulled him down right into the guardrail and then through the table from Brother Ray.
Petey Williams from the top on top of Brother Ray. You see Brother Devon get in the booth.
3D, you want to make fun of our national anthem? I think it's time we show you a little respect. Canadian style.
Chris Sabin as well taken out by AMW outside. What does D'Amore mean? Going to show you some respect Canadian style.
This is just turned so badly here for Team 3D. They are stuck inside that cage. They've been cornered on the backside. They can't get out of it for freedom.
Oh, they stacked the table and they just put Brother Ray right through the wood.
Absolutely destroyed him in there as he knocked out cold.
You see outside AMW took care of Sabin, Dutton Lethal. Brother Ray completely knocked out. Look at the blood flowing from the head of Brother Devon.
Oh, everybody busted over. Oh, and they just smashed Brother Devon back into the fence, back into the cage.
Look, check this out. They've got the Canadian flags and Team Canada.
You want to mark our country? There's your payback. Come on, guys. Loud and proud. Okay.
They buried him. They buried Team 3D and the Canadian flag. And now, you talk about total disrespect. They're singing the Canadian national anthem.
This is absolutely awful. And what happened at Team 3D here was a situation that just got out of control and it's absolutely turned ugly. What a bunch of cowards.
And there's the biggest coward of all, that big load, singing